Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna take a couple of trades and this is gonna be my first trade with the sellers. We also have the gap up, so that's a very good thing in the sellers' favor, okay? So when you're trying to take a trade, okay, and if that's a sell trade, okay, let's say you're gonna take the next trade. If that's the sell trade and you start with this gap to the upside, that's a confirmation to take your trade. If you're starting with this gap down, that's not a confirmation to take the trade. That's basically against what we can call against the confirmation. Okay, that's in buyer's favor, it's not in seller's favor. So it's gonna be, it can be a reason to not take the trade. But if you have gap up when you wanna take a sell, it's a positive confirmation, okay? And if you want to go with the buyers and the next candle started with this gap down like this, it's a confirmation to take the trade. Okay, this is the first trade. Okay, let's go one more gap up. Let's go with the sellers right here. Let's see if there's any roadblock. No, there's the round number. If it's gonna bounce, it's gonna bounce up from the round number, so no worries for this one. And if you look at this area of the market, it has been a trend. It has been a very nice trend, and all of a sudden we have been broken the trend, touched the demand area, and then again broke the structure, and now we are waiting for buyers to enter and take the control at least to this level up there. So this was my second trade. Let's see if how the next candle is going to play out. If you want to see the mini course, that's an old video of me explaining some concepts very briefly. You can check that out after this video. It's gonna appear up here, okay? So that's called mini course. And also mini course part 2 will be published the day I am trying to introduce the mentorship, okay? So that's also a good news for you. And again, you see that we have this gap up one more time here. Okay, so should we take this trade again? We could take this trade, but you know why I didn't take this? Because if you look at this is a seller's entry, right? So this is a resistance. When we broke this resistance, it can become the support. That's why I didn't take this trade, okay? And we had this seller's entry, but since it's against the level, we have this gap up again, but it's not healthy to go against the level. So the levels are the priorities, okay? If you draw the trend line, there is still a gap to the trend line, so I cannot count on that and go with the buyers for the next candle, but I can risk a very low amount. 25, let's go. I go with the buyers here, and if you were looking at the candle open, you saw that it started with the gap down, okay? I risk a very small amount because there's possible to drop significant to this trend line. But if you were looking at this, how can I, oh yeah, I moved it. Oh my God. Okay, look at this. It has a small gap down. It's not gap up anymore. When we were coming down, we were creating gap up. But now we are creating gap down. So if you want to go with the buyers and you see that it's created gap down on the candle that you're gonna take the trade, you can take the trade, and that's a confirmation, okay? So we don't trade only based on the gap. So basically we have our own reason, and then we get the confirmation based on the gap. And if you draw the trend line, it's also a very good trade, but you know, there's gap. We cannot really say that it's a trend line trade. So yeah, as you can see, we had the trend, like I said before, we have been broken the trend and then pulled back the demand area inside of this engulf, and then broke the structure again, and we were waiting for a reason to buyers to enter. They entered here for some reason, okay? And now the priorities just keep going up for a sell setup, okay? Market will try to force the sellers to the market. So this is the seller's entry, this is the seller's entry. Can we have another seller's entry? Yes, we can. So let's draw the trend line. This is the trend line for the seller's entries, and the next seller's entry is gonna be inside of the trend line, okay? Let me add a couple of pairs. And guys, make sure if you like my videos and watch me regularly, just show me that you are interested with liking the video. That's very simple. That way I will understand that people are interested in my videos, and I will try to make more videos. If I see people don't liking the videos, it's probably an indicator that they're not enjoying that. Okay, all right, we have a couple of dojis here, but I'm scared to take a doji trade here. So if I'm scared to take a particular trade, since it's against the major and minor trend bows, and I'm scared to take that, so I have to take that with a small risk. We have 3 solid green candles, so that's that's super risky to go against the momentum, against the major trend, against the minor trend. That's not healthy. I'm not gonna take that. So I will look for a very nice trade. Let me see. I'm gonna go with the sellers here. Oh my god, see, look at this. We have gap down. You see that? I'm glad it's 25 though. You know, we want to go with the sellers here, but do you remember the first trade that I took? They had gap up, so they had sellers in their oh my god. Yeah, so this has to be a major ranging, let's say, but this is a minor, very nice uptrend, and I took this because it's moving in this price channel. If I draw the trend line very precisely, there's still a gap to the trend line, and the buyer's entry is going to be here if we're going to count on the broken resistance. Okay, this is a very nice entry for buyers, to be honest, but I hope they don't reject it last seconds, because it's very common in these kind of situations. And about the gaps, look at this. So when you see this gap down before taking a sell trade, you just have to avoid the trade. And this is basically when I'm trying to take a bad trade, I lower the risk to 25, basically 1 out of 4, so I can make that up easy. But about this one, look at that. We have gap up here, and we're gonna take a sell trade. This is a continuation sign after the engulf, and it has a gap up, so it's a very nice to take the sell trade. Okay, that's it for today, everybody. If you enjoyed, drop a like for me, and make sure you watch the mini course part 1, because the part 2 is gonna be out soon. Thank you and peace out. Oh, there's another thing that I wanted to tell you, that why you shouldn't take this trade. Actually, you shouldn't take this trade, because I saw this, it's going green, then I was like, why it's going green? And then I saw that, oh, we have trend and everything in the buyer's favor. Okay, and if you draw the trend line from that, it's basically exactly on the trend line. So if you want to take this sell trade here, okay, even though it has gap up, I made a mistake that I didn't check the trend line before telling you that you can take this trade because of the gap up. Okay, first of all, you don't have a chance to take this sell trade because it's on the support. And what is the support? This trend line is the support here. So you don't have a chance here to take this trade because we are on the support area, and support area can be the place for buyers to enter. Okay, and this is a broken resistance. It's going to be a very nice support area and bounce, go up. So you wouldn't take this trade. If you would take this trade, you would probably have a draw or win, I don't know. If you were entering with marginal safety, it would have been a winning trade. But in general, first thing to consider is if your trade is against a support or resistance or not. If it's not, then you consider other confirmations. Okay, thank you for watching, everybody, and peace out.